it looked like Shedeur Sanders has broken his silence, man. We know the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns has not really been online that much this season. Shedeur has definitely been locked in. Well, I'm here to tell you, he took to Twitter today to drop a profound message. I ain't going to waste no time. Let's pull it up right now.
City loves football. I think you probably have felt that since you've been drafted.
Yeah.
That is what this city is about, the Cleveland Browns. What's kind of that reception been like for you from the fans?
It been extremely well, I would say. I understand. Really, I feel like the Browns fans, they just want something to hope for, and they've been wanting it so long. So finally, I'm here to change that. I'm here to.
This is Shadur, and when I say he broke his silence, I mean he blew it wide open. This wasn't some calm, I'm just staying humble type of talk. Nah, this was straight flames. He came out swinging harder than Deion's pregame swagger, and every word, sharp, confident, and aimed right where it hurts. You could feel the tension crack through the screen. Fans had been buzzing for weeks, whispering, why isn't he playing? What's really going on in that locker room? Well, Shadur just dropped everything. From secret locker room drama to coaches playing favorites, he laid it all out like a man done holding back. It's messy, it's bold, and it's about to shake Cleveland harder than a stadium speaker at halftime. The Browns, they've turned their quarterback room into a reality show gone wrong. This is the same franchise that once swore Johnny Manziel was the future. And somehow, here they are again, switching QBs like they're auditioning for a new disaster. It's chaos wearing a suit and calling itself strategy. And right in the middle of it stands Shedeur Sanders, cool, collected, and way too sharp for the nonsense spinning around him. You'd think Cleveland would have learned by now, but nope. Every decade they find the one, hype him up as the savior, then burn it all down like it's part of some wild ritual of wasted potential. Trust the process, please? Cleveland's been trusting the wrong process since the 90s. But here's where it gets cold. Shadur ain't playing their little game anymore. He's not begging for pity snaps or sulking on the sidelines. He's chilling, calm, patient, and confident, like a man who already got the message from the universe that says, relax, your time is coming. Everyone else, they're just late to the revelation. See, Shedeur Sanders isn't just another young quarterback hoping for his moment. He's the calm before the chaos, the silent storm brewing while everyone else burns out chasing clout. He's letting coaches, reporters, and teammates trip over their own egos while he quietly levels up. Every throw, every rep, every second, he's crafting something dangerous. He's that passenger who knows he could drive better, but lets the clown behind the wheel crash first. While the coaching staff argues over systems and schemes, Shedur's
done fighting. In every way. I'm done fighting
Waving
with
a
the
white flag?
I'm done fighting with the media. I'm done fighting with my coaches. I'm done fighting with Rex Ryan on Get Up. I'm done fighting with y'all on social media. I'm done fighting. Because whenever somebody brings up, like he said, the true success is built on God and God's the one who can open all these doors. Is this Shedeur James Jones kind of just saying I'm
mastering the one thing Cleveland's never understood, divine patience. And let's be real, the Browns couldn't spell patience even if you gave them the first 6 letters. Because this story, it's not just football anymore. It's a test of spirit wrapped in a Cleveland Browns jersey. While everyone else is obsessing over depth charts and counting snaps, Shedur's counting blessings like touchdowns. They can't control what they don't understand, and Shedur's piece, it's shaking their system straight to the core. How do you manage a man who won't let stress live rent-free in his head? He's not up at 2 a.m. doom scrolling or hunting for likes from strangers. He's not sneak posting cryptic tweets aimed at coaches or turning press conferences into therapy sessions. Nope. He's up early, training hard, moving with purpose, like someone who already knows the ending of the movie. And spoiler alert, he wins. That's the part Cleveland just can't wrap their heads around. The Browns front office feeds off panic. They live for the chaos, the pressure, that we drafted you to fix 40 years of our mistakes energy. But Shadur, he's not here to carry their trauma. He's too busy walking in peace and purpose. While they're stressing over playbooks and stats, Shedur's studying something way deeper. He's locked in on destiny, past the field, past the noise, straight into something bigger. When he says he trusts God, it's not some cookie-cutter PR quote, it's real. He's living that faith like it's a game plan. Picture this, while Cleveland's execs are buried in spreadsheets analyzing 4th down percentages, Shedur's out here running faith analytics. Who does that? Seriously, maybe that's exactly what the Browns need. If their front office trusted faith half as much as they trust spreadsheets, maybe they wouldn't keep fumbling their future every other season. But Shadur, he's just built different. He knows when he's being disrespected, but he also knows when to let it slide, and that balance right there, that's power. It's that rare mix of self-awareness and self-control that this franchise hasn't seen in decades. The kind of calm that makes insecure people uncomfortable just by existing. That's what makes Shedeur Sanders so dangerous. Not because he talks loud, but because he doesn't need to. He could drop one slick, passive-aggressive Instagram story and have the entire sports world melting down before breakfast, but does he? Nope. He keeps it cool, stays low-key, smiles through the noise, and lets his grind and his divine timing do all the talking. That's the kind of...
Or, I promise you, that stadium and that team and that offense, whether it goes great or it doesn't, at very least, you're going to get the Jackson Dart effect that the Giants had
That's a good
in New York, where they said, all right, we got a shot. I believe in this guy.
And you got to do it at home right now. You got a home game.
A winnable home. It's
a winnable home game.
Yeah.
If Dylan do play, is the crowd going to come in the game like, if Shadur plays, it's going to be lit up in there.
It will be.
You know what I'm saying?
It will be.
Defense going to come fly around. Man, it's the perfect time to start you a little streak if you want to start.
Piece that drives Cleveland absolutely insane. Because let's be real, the Browns don't know what to do with calm energy. They thrive on drama, confusion, and panic. It's practically part of their franchise DNA at this point. But Shadur, he's playing a different game, fighting a different battle. The second things calm down, they panic and start hunting for the next storm to chase. That's just how the Browns operate. So when Shadur walks in, cool, collected, and completely unbothered, it shatters their system. They don't know how to handle peace. The front office runs on chaos like it's caffeine, controversy, urgency, desperation. That's their oxygen. But Shadur's tank, it runs on something completely different, faith. While everyone else is overanalyzing his bench time, breaking down every snap he didn't take, he's already mastered the quiet art of patience. The kind only the spiritually undefeated truly get. He's sitting there like a man holding a secret, because deep down he knows this isn't a setback, it's a setup. Every moment he's not on that field right now is another piece of the story being built. Every rep he's denied, every whisper of doubt, it's all turning into momentum. He's not waiting for luck, he's waiting for the moment. Because when that time comes and he finally steps in, the whole narrative flips upside down in one play. You can already picture it, the slow motion warm-up, the camera zooming in on his locked-in stare, the crowd sensing something's about to explode. The background's heavy, soulful gospel music echoing, tension thick enough to slice through with a blade. Then boom, touchdown, destiny confirmed. In that single moment, the silence, the patience, the calm, it all explodes into pure validation. And just like that, every critic who once doubted him suddenly rewrites history, acting like they believed in Shadur from day one. While the crowd's losing its mind, look up at that shiny executive box, Cleveland's version of chaos in a suit. The Browns brass are probably holding yet another strategy meeting, which in their world means 12 suits nodding in confusion while the owner stares at an old scouting report like it's a Sudoku puzzle he can't solve. You can almost see it, the panic, the blank stares, the cluelessness wrapped in confidence. But down below, Shedeur Sanders is sharpening his edge with every rep he doesn't take. Every quiet practice, every silent workout, every long night in the film room, it's all building towards something dangerous. Late nights, solo sessions.
The narrative around Shedeur Sanders is changing. And Shedeur Sanders dropped a tweet yesterday, made the internet go berserk. But we're going to talk about it real quick. And I told y'all the Browns starting to switch up. Everybody getting ready for Shadur. But I'm finna tell y'all know our guy, that guy, him, Mr. Sanders. Currently the backup quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, right behind Lil Dylan. You know, we got to give Dylan his respect because he is the starting quarterback. Only because this man, Kevin Stefanski, has a whole lot of faith in something that we just can't see.
Sweat hitting the turf while the stadium sleeps. He's dialed in, locked tight, and laser focused. While the Browns are busy obsessing over depth charts, Shedur's out here building destiny charts. They're planning for a season. He's preparing for a legacy. And when those two worlds finally collide, oh, it's gonna be beautiful chaos. The kind of redemption Cleveland fans haven't felt since LeBron came home. Here's the truth. Real talent always forces recognition. You can't bury a diamond forever. Even the most clueless front office eventually wakes up when they realize they're sitting on a once-in-a-generation player, one who handles pressure like a monk in cleats. Shedeur Sanders is that rare mix of peace and fire, and when the league finally gets it, every critic, every hater, every doubter is gonna vanish faster than a Cleveland playoff run. His calm, it's not weakness, it's weaponized control. That's his secret edge. It's patience turned into power. While others feed on gossip and attention, Shedur's feeding his purpose in silence. He's not ignoring the politics. He's rising above them, mastering the mental game that breaks most young players before they even start. They expect ego. They expect him to snap back or start drama, but instead, he shows discipline. That's what truly scares them. They expect outrage. But Shadur brings scripture. They want chaos, and he answers with clarity. It's like watching madness swing at serenity, and serenity just smirks, untouched, unbothered, unshaken. That's how deep his composure runs. You can feel the energy in the room shifting already. Coaches are starting to sense it, that quiet confidence spreading through the locker room like a pulse. Reporters are circling, whispering about a vibe, trying to label something they can't control. Even the fans can feel it. That slow building tension, that gut feeling that something huge is coming, but they can't quite put it into words yet. And that's exactly how greatness always begins. Not with fireworks or hype, but with a low, unstoppable rumble that builds until nobody can deny it anymore. Before the front office can drop another rehearsed PR statement about competition, boom! The whole story flips on its head. Suddenly, the same guy they bench becomes the headline, the storyline, the center of gravity, the one they can't ignore. That's the real power of patience. It doesn't yell, it doesn't chase, it just waits. And then it dominates.
He is fighting for his job life by trying to cling to Dylan Gabriel, who was his choice to go forward with, because he took him 50 slots higher than Shadur went in the 5th round. So Stefanski knows if he gives in to Shadur, I think he's a goner. You know, like that's going to be the end of him, because he's dug in internally with the owner and the GM that he just wants no part of Shadur. He doesn't like him. He doesn't like the way he handles himself. He doesn't like the way he carries himself in the locker room and the social media and all those things that nobody liked about him.
Shedeur Sanders is living proof that silence can be the loudest weapon in the room. Every time they doubt him, every time they question him, that calm smile says it all. Because what they call passive is actually pure control. Shadur doesn't chase moments, he creates them. The man's been running a masterclass in composure while the franchise keeps tripping over its own story. But come on, it's the Browns. Chaos is their comfort zone. They could have avoided all this drama ages ago, but that just wouldn't be Cleveland without a little self-sabotage, right? Give them peace and they'll start a fight. Give them talent and they'll find a way to argue about it. Hand them a quarterback who's spiritually grounded and they'll twist it into he lacks urgency. That's how deep the dysfunction runs. Meanwhile, Shedur's maturity stands out like gold in a dumpster fire. Rare, steady, unshakable, especially on a team where emotional stability fades faster than a halftime lead. So what does he do? He waits, he trusts, he grinds. He lets the chaos swirl while he stays centered, grounded behind a wall of unbreakable faith. Because deep down, Shedeur Sanders knows something Cleveland still hasn't figured out. Every storm runs out of thunder eventually. And when it does, the only thing still standing is what's been rooted from the start. That's him, calm, unbothered, and divinely patient, just waiting for his cue. The Browns can keep playing politics, acting like their quarterback room's some kind of fair democracy, but destiny doesn't wait for permission. It walks right onto the field, straps up, and flips the whole story in front of the same people who tried to hold it back. The Browns might think they're in control, but really, they're just buying time against the inevitable. Destiny doesn't wait in line. It doesn't take a number. It shows up when it's ready, and no front office politics can stop it. They've been trying to delay Shedeur Sanders, but his rise, that's already written.
Shadur is. We know who he is, what type of player and person that he is. But yesterday, Shedeur Sanders dropped a tweet, and the world went facts. As the son of a preacher, as a preacher's kid, as a child that has lived multiple facets of life, that has done a lot of wrong and a lot of right.
In ink, not pencil. His story's been signed off by someone way bigger than Cleveland could ever imagine. And if you've been paying attention, you already know how this ends. Not in revenge, not in bitterness, but in victory. Pure, peaceful, divine victory. The kind that's wrapped in calm, powered by purpose, and sealed with that signature Sanders cool. While the rest of the league scrambles for explanations, Shadur doesn't need any, because he already knows the truth. God's got it. That's it. No overthinking, no forcing, no panic, just faith in motion. And you'd think after decades of heartbreak, after all the shattered seasons and bad calls, somebody in that Cleveland building would finally pause and realize, hey, maybe we should stop fighting what's meant to be. Meanwhile, Shedeur is just over there vibing, peaceful, patient, and completely unbothered, while the franchise plays chess with chaos. He's sitting dead center in the storm like a monk in cleats, calm as ever, because deep down, he already knows how this story ends. When your faith runs stronger than their confusion, there's no real competition left. You can't rattle a man who's already handed the wheel to something higher than himself.
He's going to be the guy going forward. Shedeur Sanders didn't get in the game when they were up 31-6. It was game over.
Yeah.
They were up 31-6, and then if y'all remember in the loss 2 weeks prior, Shadur didn't get into the game when they were losing clearly and handedly. I think Shadur just now realizes the Browns don't want me to play. They are not playing me under any circumstance.
The Dolphins had their backup in the game. Why would you not?
Correct.
Yeah, it made no sense.
Well, that's because Shedur's a different.
That's what makes Shedeur Sanders truly dangerous. Not just his arm strength or accuracy, but that deep, unshakable peace. The kind of calm that doesn't crack under pressure. It absorbs it. Every time they overlook him, every time the coaching staff gives him another "not yet," it's just more quiet fuel for the fire they can't see burning. They think they're testing him, but they're really exposing themselves. Every delay, every doubt, every political move just highlights how unready they are for a player like him. It's almost poetic. The more they try to measure him, the smaller their system starts to look. Because Shadur isn't waiting for a break. He is the break, the shift, the change. Cleveland doesn't even see coming. And when that moment finally arrives, it won't feel like a debut. It'll feel like a correction, a divine reset that forces the Browns to face everything they've been running from all along. Let them keep hiding behind excuses like system fit and readiness. Let them keep spinning headlines and dodging accountability. Because once the lights hit that field and the noise fades, it's game over. Shedeur Sanders won't just be stepping into a position, he'll be stepping into purpose. The kind of purpose that doesn't shout for attention, doesn't beg for approval, and never cracks under pressure. It just shows up, locks in, and lets destiny handle the highlight reel. You'll see it, the silence before the snap, that deadly calm in his eyes, and then boom, perfection in motion. When that moment hits, the Browns won't just have a quarterback, they'll have a revelation.
And again, it does not bother me in any sort of large way, but what it does speak to is they continue to put all of the eggs in the Dillon Gabriel basket. And they have not been shy about that in any sort of way. And that's it's not surprising to me. No part of this is surprising because this is how they've treated Dillon the entire time. He's always gotten the favorite child treatment, the golden child treatment, and that's okay. They've decided to do that. But to what you're saying, then you have to be right about this guy. And he's got to be better than what you've seen. And again, like, do I think Shadur, when he wins the job eventually, is going to turn around and be like, oh, thank goodness I had those 10% of reps as the back? No, I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. That's why.
A wake-up call dressed in calm confidence, proving exactly what faith, focus, and patience can do when the world counts you out. It's not just a comeback story, it's divine timing at work, turning doubt into history and hesitation into legacy. So if you've been riding with this journey, if you've been feeling that quiet storm building, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Because this story, it's just getting started. See you on the next one.